Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something truly fascinating. We're going to completely break down the groundbreaking index protocol, which is built natively right on the Robinhood chain. If you've been following the massive shift toward bringing real-world assets on-chain, you know that tokenization is basically the word on everyone's lips right now. But what does that actually look like in practice? How does everyday on-chain trading activity translate into you holding a real piece of the absolute most valuable companies in the world? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today.
Here is our roadmap for this session. We'll cover the Robinhood chain and tokenized stocks, the core II index flywheel, the complete product ecosystem, ecosystem partnerships and integrations, and finally, the vision for widespread ownership.
All right, Section 1, Robinhood chain and tokenized stocks.
Setting the stage here is incredibly important, right? Because a protocol is really only as strong as the network it lives on. So the Robinhood chain officially launched on mainnet on July 1st, 2026. It uses Ethereum-compatible Arbitrum technology. It uses ETH for gas. It's fast, and honestly, most importantly, it was custom-built with one singular focus: tokenized real-world assets. The flagship innovation here is what we call stock tokens. These are ERC20 representations of major U.S. equities and ETFs. So what does that actually mean for you? It means you get the real economic exposure of traditional stocks, but you get them with crypto superpowers. You get 24/7 trading, you get true self-custody right in your wallet, and full composability within DeFi. These assets are globally portable and available via the Robinhood wallet in over 120 countries. Basically, it's traditional finance completely unbound.
And this is a brilliant illustration of real-world value actually bridging into crypto. We aren't talking about synthetic derivative promises or IOUs here. We're talking about holding major world-shaping equities directly on-chain. Users can hold Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, Palantir, Coinbase. I mean, the list goes on. You've got Google, Meta, AMD, Oracle, Micron. These are literally the engines of the global economy, completely tokenized, living in a DeFi environment, and just ready to be utilized in entirely new programmable ways.
Moving right along, Section 2, the core index flywheel.
So, now that we understand the macro environment, let's zoom in on the actual engine powering the index protocol, because this is where things get genuinely exciting. The protocol has one single elegant purpose: to take everyday on-chain trading activity and convert it into real tokenized stocks that are delivered straight to holders. The native token on the Robinhood chain, operating on chain ID 6463, is Index. There's a total supply of 1 billion tokens. Now, to participate in the rewards, a wallet just needs to hold a minimum of 10,000 Index. But the real magic, the absolute core of this entire system, is the fee structure. Every single trade of the Index token collects a 3% fee in ETH. And that ETH? That is the primary fuel for everything we're about to discuss.
Let's see how this builds into their famous flywheel. Walk with me through this step by step. Step 1. Trading volume generates that 3% fee in ETH. Step 2. The protocol treasury immediately uses that ETH to buy a diversified basket of those tokenized stocks we were just looking at. Step 3. Those stocks are automatically distributed to eligible dollar index holders every 15 minutes. Step 4. Holders can use a feature called Zap to roll those stocks right back into more dollar index. And finally, Step 5. A portion of the fees deepens the protocol's liquidity, which makes trading more efficient, which generates more volume, and, well, the cycle repeats. Trading volume directly translates into real stock ownership. This is a massive paradigm shift for crypto. Think about the old way of getting DeFi rewards. Usually it involves staking your tokens, remembering to go back and manually claim your yields, dealing with super annoying lockup periods, or, farming arbitrary points that honestly might never even hold value. The index way, you literally just hold the coin in your wallet. That's it. No deferred rewards, no empty promises. You automatically receive real tokenized equity, and it arrives on a continuous 15-minute cadence. I want to pause for effect on this number right here. $1.29 million. That is the cumulative value in real-world assets, RWAs, that the index protocol has already distributed out to thousands of wallets. And remember, all of this was completely funded by the hundreds of ETH collected in those 3% trading fees. It absolutely proves that this flywheel isn't just a cool theory, it's actively working at scale.
What's absolutely wild here are the underlying metrics. These payouts are happening 96 times a day.
At one point, a single 15-minute distribution exceeded $155,000 in real equities sent directly to users. This mechanism has already reached thousands of individual wallets, and because of this nonstop automated purchasing, the index quickly became one of the top stock purchasers and sometimes the absolute top purchaser on the entire Robinhood chain. It's become a massive liquidity driver for the network's core real-world assets.
All right, Section 3, the complete product ecosystem.
So, Index isn't just a single token. It's grown into a completely interconnected suite of products. And the beauty of this is that every single one of these products is designed to feed that exact same accumulation engine. The ecosystem basically breaks down into three main pillars. First, you have indices, the infrastructure layer, which lets any other token route its fees to buy stock baskets. Second is RWA.WTF, a dedicated perpetuals trading and research venue where trading activity feeds back into Index. And third is ZAP, which is the compounding tool that effortlessly converts your earned stocks back into Index. These three pillars just drastically expand the surface area for stock accumulation.
Let's dive a little deeper into that indices layer, because it is incredibly powerful. Indices essentially turns the protocol into public infrastructure. It allows literally any builder or token creator to deliver real equities directly to their own communities. You can build custom baskets of up to 20 assets, or you can use ready-made templates, things like the 60/40, Mag7, Silicon, Compute, or on-chain portfolios. It even supports meme coins now, with highly flexible fee routing for token burns or liquidity. And the best part for dollar index holders? 100% of the protocol fees generated by these other coins launching on indices flows right back into the dollar index ecosystem.
Then we have RW.WTF. Think of this as the professional trading and research wing. It's actually built right on top of Robinhood's Lighter instance, which is their chosen perpetuals engine. Users can trade, earn Lighter points, and access these incredibly detailed Intel dashboards covering stocks, ETFs, and insider news. It even features MCP support, meaning AI agents can securely connect, research, and execute trades autonomously using the Machine Context Protocol. But the key takeaway for us is that a meaningful share of the trading fees generated here flow straight back into the Index stock distribution engine. And finally, ZAP. ZAP is exactly what it sounds like. It seamlessly closes the loop. Instead of having to manually sell the tokenized Apple or Nvidia stocks you're getting every 15 minutes, ZAP lets you automatically convert those received stocks right back into more dollar index. This takes a strategy of passive accumulation and turns it into a strategy of aggressive compounding, completely autonomously. You never even need to make a manual trading decision, but your claim on all future distributions just keeps growing.
Okay, Section 4, Ecosystem Partnerships and Integrations. Now, as we all know, no protocol succeeds in a vacuum. A massive part of why Index has been able to generate such crazy volume and efficiency is because of how deeply embedded it is into the broader Robinhood chain infrastructure. This engine is powered by some heavy-hitting partners. They're using whitelisted hooks on Uniswap v4 for seamless routing. They've integrated with Rialto for optimized swaps. They are fully aligned with Lighter, which, by the way, is backed by Robinhood Ventures. They use Alchemy for data streaming and Turnkey for super secure RWA wallet infrastructure. These deep integrations guarantee that fees, liquidity, and user flow are all perfectly aligned to keep that flywheel spinning. But it goes beyond just the technical side. It extends to the social layer too. Index has direct integrations with leaders in the Robinhood crypto ecosystem, like Let's Cash Fund and Pawns.family. These partners are actively using the indices infrastructure right now to power real stock ownership for their own token communities. It just goes to show that this adoption isn't just theoretical. It is actively happening on-chain as we speak.
Finally, Section 5, Vision for Widespread Ownership. I want to zoom back out to the macro level for a second. We've looked at the mechanics, the products, the partners. Now let's see how this connects directly to the overarching philosophy of Robinhood's leadership. Look at this quote from Vlad Tenev, the CEO of Robinhood. "Tokenization is the biggest innovation in capital markets in over a decade, an unstoppable freight train." He clearly views tokenization as the absolute foundational layer of future capital markets. The goal is to make real-world assets globally portable, always available, and above all else, programmable.
So, the crucial point to understand is this. The Index protocol isn't just passively riding this tokenization wave. It's a live, working implementation of exactly what Vlad Tenev has been calling for, programmable real-world assets. It takes that massive vision and turns it into a daily reality for thousands of wallets. And honestly, it's clearly captured the attention of the ecosystem's leadership. Vlad Tenev himself actually follows the @TheIndexFi account. They are literally delivering on his grand vision. As we look toward the horizon, the mechanics of this system mean that growth works in everyone's favor. The Robinhood chain is expanding its roster from hundreds of stock tokens toward thousands. More builders are plugging into the indices infrastructure. More trading volume is routing through RWA.WTF, and all of that converges into one automated outcome: continuous, compounding stock distribution to wallets globally. As the chain grows, the index engine just automatically scales to distribute more equities to more people.
Which leaves us with this final thought. We are entering an era where capital markets run 24/7, an era where simply holding a token and the trading volume surrounding it automatically buys you a real slice of companies like Apple, Nvidia, and Tesla. If programmable ownership is the unstoppable freight train of the next decade, what does the future of your wallet look like? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive today. I hope this explainer has opened your eyes to the power of what's being built on the Robinhood chain. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.